Welcome back to PMALCS. We're waiting on a few folks, I think, from each team to join the lobby. But the
Can you
draft...
send me the spectator link
Oh
if you
yeah,
have
of
it?
course.
And also, let's give a hand to Maye for winning the MVP of last game.
There we go. Congratulations, Maye. I think you played really well. I know the casters made a strong support of you. We're seeing Bachelor Party banning the set. I believe VAH has to wait out the time here so that they give up their ban. Again, another interesting game. How are we doing on sound stream quality, everyone? Is it looking good? Just double checking. Or, well, I guess I'll see soon. Just forgot about stream delay. Okay, oh wait. There it is. A Kaisa ban coming in from Bachelor Party. Again, they're really scared of that Kaisa. Not really meta champion, but I guess it's one of maybe OP's stronger picks.
So some really interesting bands coming out of VAH. I mean, like I've
Yeah.
I've heard of Red Square before, but he's relatively new to the game, and I think he's pretty overtuned. And
Yeah, honestly, I'm speechless.
I'm pretty shocked that he decided to ban it because I was thinking that maybe they could save it for a counter pick.
There's,
But
there's, there's,
red, uh, that's a maroon triangle now.
there's almost nothing you can say about Vaz bans. They're being executed perfectly. Okay. No, here's the Echo Band. Bachelor Party sticking with the same plan.
And the Echo ban is definitely a respect ban for Lugo. He's
Yeah.
it's just his main champ and a really strong champ. And same thing with the Yasuo, just kind of a respect ban for Bear Jr. Don't want to see him playing
I'm
it.
surprised that they're banning the Kaisa and not opting to switch for the Olaf. I'm not sure if Bachelor Party has a plan to deal with that Olaf, or if they even saw that as the problem in Game 1. Maybe they think the Vigar was a bigger problem or something else. Really hurt them that game. Okay, Bachelor Party opting for a flex pick here on the Irelia. Typically, I think that goes to Bear Jr. in the mid lane.
And that's also kind of an interesting pick too, because Irelia is another champ that actually has a hard time dealing with Vigar because those dashes and specifically her resets on the dashes can get interrupted by the baby cage again, and she
Yeah.
can just be shut down in the middle of a fight as well as during laning phase and just get blown
And
up.
you know what Voss says? They say, we know what we liked. We know what we won with. Olaf Senna, run it back. That's it.
Absolutely.
Those are two incredibly strong picks in this meta. Very good early game jungle. Very good early game and scaling team fighter in Senna. Gonna be really hard for Bachelor Party to come back from that. Bachelor Party.
And they're running it back on Leona too, which is interesting. It had some good plays, but it really was caught out of position quite often during the last game. And interesting to see that they didn't opt in for something that had a little bit more of a out, like a Nautilus pick or maybe even that Rakan pick to take it away from Justin.
Yeah, could have been interesting to see. Oh no, wait, didn't Bachelor Party pick the Rakan? And now they're on the Leona. They stole that.
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
They stole that away from Va. And taking the Orin here is probably really good. Orin just being one of those excellent team fighters. You know they
Absolutely
can't.
busted tank right now. It's the only tank that we see in the meta, and it's for good reason because not only does he provide an additional 1,000 gold of value for each one of his teammates post 14, but he's one of the few tanks that can actually trade with carries in the top lane because of his passive and the grass procs that he gets. He has a significant amount of burst damage, and you can really be caught off guard and killed early on in these games if you're not careful.
Senna Lulu. That's going to be an interesting lane. It's pretty poke heavy. Got a lot of defense against that Leona. It's going to be hard for Leona to go in when you know that on the other side of it there's a Lulu transformation waiting for you.
And it also may be less of a synergy focused with Olaf and more of a Senna, more of a synergy focused with Olaf. And there's definitely that chance that they decide to play it top lane. Lulu top, these support tops are definitely showing their stuff, and let me tell you, Lulu is not a slouch in the solo lanes anymore, and could definitely farm up and wave clear well, and throw some significant harass down, and really scales well with items if she can get the Ardent Sensor, that holy trinity of enhancer support items with the uh, Ardent Sensor, the Chalice, and the what's it called, Redemption,
Right. I think
and really make sure that this Olaf stays alive and just kind of runs through the enemy team.
I think Bachelor Party had a couple of smart bans here, just taking away that Vigar from last game, which was a huge problem, and then the Poppy coming away from front lash, knowing that as
Pretty hard counter pick
yeah
against Irelia.
against Irelia, Leona, and Ornn, all of them having
Yeah.
pretty significant dashes in their kit. So not too shabby. Evelyn and
So
Rek'Sai coming
that
up from
Aatrox coming in does kind of ruin my Lulu top theory.
Yeah, but Aatrox
Definitely
is
seems
so
more
good.
more viable that Aatrox is going to be top lane, but there is always the chance that it's mid lane
Yeah.
against Bears Irelia. But we will just have to see what this last pick is before we set it aside and see what it is.
Could be Ezreal mid and Irelia ADC. Come on. Do it, Bachelor Party. You won't.
Big bet. Let's go right now.
Big bet. Shaco?
Big bet.
Shaco jungle? Okay. I mean, they took away the Evelyn and the Rek'Sai, which are pretty targeted at theatrics, and opting into Shaco. I don't think Shaco's in a super strong spot right now in the jungle.
I guess just looking to try and create some of that like pressure against some of these immobile carries, and seems a little bit questionable, especially against Olaf. Mai was definitely up in Theatrix' jungle all last game, and is definitely a really strong dueler. And honestly, if Jarvan was struggling against Olaf, Shaco's gonna struggle even more.
Shaco's gonna struggle real hard against Olaf. You know what, dude? Honestly, theatrics. I'm gonna take you aside for a second. It was time to break out Udyr. I'm just gonna say it. This was an Udyr game.
To break out of here.
This was Udyr if I ever saw it.
I don't know. The Syndra lock in and the Lulu kinda makes Udyr a troll pick. There's no way he's ever getting into the backline ever.
Udyr
Lulu will
gets
either
in as long as you
polymorph you, and
believe.
Syndra's just gonna stun you and throw you backwards every single time.
The harder you believe, the better Udyr does. That's what I have to say.
Okay, absolutely.
You have to believe really hard, though.
Jesus, how did I forget about the power of believe?
Yeah, dude. You ever watch Naruto? I mean, all right, never mind. I
don't believe it.
How much weeb I
Believe it.
Believe it, bros. All right.
Speaking of we put, as we wait now for the game to start.
Yeah, now we have to. Oh God, I don't want to show the obs.
Which you watching any good shows?
My Hero Academia is back out, so I'm watching that.
Of course.
I'm rewatching ReZero because the director's cut's coming out. I'm so basic, dude.
The director's cut is coming out, but
it's really good.
Is it different? Like, what's the difference?
Instead of the episode segmenting they did, there's some additional scenes, and the episodes are in 45-minute chunks, separated almost by arc. In the first one.
Yeah, because they're pretty long. They're pretty short arcs, honestly.
Yeah, they're like 3-episode arcs, and so all 3 episodes are pretty much combined into one. I think it makes it more engaging. Honestly, I really do. I really am enjoying watching that again and just reliving the suffering.
As well as the second season's coming out here in the summer.
True. Let's see. Should we talk about this draft at all? I mean, does it even matter?
I think it's honestly pretty similar to last. I think the big difference is we got some big bruisers instead of the supports in the top lane, and the Irelia is pretty just a skill expressive champion, and Syndra honestly is a pretty strong counter because her W does not block magic damage, and she also has the ability to interrupt those dashes, and depending on how well Lugo decides to play it, it's really kind of a rough matchup for Katarina. or not Katarina, but Irelia, and I think it's just kind of goes to show that maybe some of this priority, like in early picking they're giving Bear, needs to be reconsidered, considering the type of champions that Bear likes to play.
Well, right, and I think Bear could play like any all-in assassin here, and do I think better than Irelia would. I really would have loved to see like maybe a LeBlanc or something cool like that, you know.
And if they wanted to run it back with the roaming idea, Talon's in a really good place right now, and same with Nocturne, honestly.
Yeah, I think overall Bachelor Party has a really strong sort of mid-game focused composition, with the Ezreal having a good strongest at 2 items basically, and then Irelia also just being really good in the mid game. So I think they have a really mid game focused comp, whereas is looking a little bit more towards, I would say, the early game with the Aatrox just kind of trying to win the lane, Syndra doing good in the wave clear department, Senna Lulu just staying alive in lane, maybe scaling up a little bit. No, and I really think that Olaf pick, I mean, it's very crucial to what VAH is trying to do. Very surprised again not to see a ban at that. A little less CC though from VAH this time. Overall, I think I would have liked to maybe see a little
I
bit
see
more.
we have Hoagie in the chat. Hi, Hoagie.
We do got Hoagie. Y'all are freaking weebs. Yeah, dude.
I am drinking a lovely, lovely, lovely single malt whiskey.
I'm setting my alarms for when I have to wake up for work tomorrow, and making sure my dog doesn't chew her bandages off.
Yikes.
She had
You have to wake up for work tomorrow?
Yeah, I do. I know, it's Super Bowl Sunday. Monday should be off, right?
Which one? I am drinking a 24-year-old Glendronach single cask, aged in sherry oak barrels, bottled in 1993, with a proof of 51% alcohol. It's fucking delicious. That's all the important stats you need to know about it.
What did I finish off? The Centennial IPA from Founders. Pretty good. I haven't opted for another one. I don't want to wake up with a headache. I feel old. I've been really just exploring IPAs a lot myself.
Yes, a 24-year-old sherry oak Glendronach. That is correct.
I tell you what. Have you discovered the Boilermaker yet?
What's the Boilermaker?
It's when you pour about 2 shots of whiskey into a beer.
So, all of my whiskeys are too good with.
Okay, no, get yourself some Benchmark and throw it in. Throw it in some Blue Moon.
What is New Glarus? What is that? Explain.
New Glarus? Oh, dude, yeah. That's a Wisconsin beer.
The Wisconsin beer? Okay, interesting.
New Glarus is a brewery up in Wisconsin. They make, I believe, Spotted Cow, which is probably the most famous Wisconsin beer. Really, really good. Really, really, really good. And they've also got some interesting stuff at their brewery. We did a brewery tour recently.
Nice. Where do you live, Nate?
I actually live in Ohio, but my parents live in Wisconsin, so we did the brewery tour.
Dude, you're like the anti. Do you know where I'm from?
No, where are you from?
Michigan.
Michigan. It's okay.
Dude, the two Nates. We're like the opposite Nates.
My fiance is a Michigan fan, so I'm a Michigan fan. You know how it is.
Yeah, I'm a Michigan State fan, you piece of shit.
Oh, Michigan State sucks ass. I'm sorry. Your mascot's a fucking helmet, bro. Like.
Your mascot's a fucking M, bro. What do you mean?
It's fine. That's like normal, dude. Your mascot's a helmet. I don't know what you want from me.
Wait, can you cast? Yeah, you can crash it. Get your butt in here if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
This guy, I gotta crack. Who's getting in here?
McCrispy. I don't know what his IGN is, but we about to find out.
Okay. Can we drag
Yo, what's up,
him?
guys?
Oh,
what's up,
it
Chico?
is Chris. What up, homie?
Nothing much, dude. I'm excited to see some fantastic gameplay.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, dude. Last game was some fantastic gameplay.
Take
you know,
over for me.
the thing we've been talking about for the past 5 minutes is fantastic gameplay.
Fantastic gameplay. That's all that matters.
Oh wait, yeah. When does the spectate shit start?
Okay, 0. Spectators starting now.
Why did I have
Okay.
Pudgy turned down to like 70?
Because I used to have my mic right here in my face.
Oh, that'll do
Yeah,
it.
no. I was in Atlanta, Chris, for Christmas, and my mom was like, "Hey, for your last Christmas gift, we're gonna go to a liquor store and you're gonna get yourself a new bottle of whiskey." And I was like, "Hell's yeah."
So 24-year Glendronach.
Hell yeah, man. And
Hell yeah.
I saw that shit sitting on the shelf. I looked at it. I saw it said single cask, and I was like, and it said like only 400 bottles available. I'm like, give it to me.
Like single cask,
Give it to me.
cherry oak.
Give it to me now.
So I guess.
Fucking
So I-
slaps, dude. It
So I
fucking
guess when it
slaps.
comes to sherry versus bourbon casks, you two sit on the sherry cask angle then.
Me, yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
a solid 70% of my fucking bar is like sherry cask stuff.
Hey, can we keep it
Like,
PG
even-
for stream? No.
All right.
Fuck you.
All right. Are we pausing it 10 seconds? Pause it 10 seconds.
I mean, it
10.
doesn't. Yeah, I'm just specking off stream, so it doesn't really matter.
I'll back up, I guess, to 10. I don't know.
No, you gotta get in here, Chris. Pause. Fucking get in here. We're gonna wait for you.
I literally can't get in here, bro. Like,
Why?
let me see if I can spec off of one of you guys.
But yeah, you can just spec off one of the other people. Either spec off like Chocobo or Frontlash or whatever. That's what.
Okay, I'm at 10.
Yeah,
I'm
what will
paused.
be
Ready? 3.
We gotta wait. We gotta.
Oh, we
okay.
gotta wait.
try in here. I'm not.
Yeah, we gotta wait for Chris now. 'Cause if
OMG.
he's gonna crash, he's gonna crash.
Bro, the
There
game-
we go.
Game's half over. It's like 45 seconds
All
in.
right, all right. I'm loading right now.
Okay, we'll wait it out.
I just realized I have not played against Maya's team in a hot minute.
Me neither, I don't think. I
Like,
think
it's been
they're the last team I play.
ages.
All right. Are we
Wait,
ready?
Adam's playing Shaco? What the?
Yeah. No.
fuck?
Are you
Yeah, I
10
know.
seconds yet?
I didn't move my cursor. Yeah, I'm at
Cursor.
10.
All right.
Alright.
So 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
Okay, interesting. Everyone's
13,
walking around
14.
the base.
15. All right. So it's probably gonna be a pretty standard level 1 here. I expect has insane level 1s. I think if I were to give an advantage to level 1, it'd probably be the Senna, because the heals.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty good. And they have an
She's
Olaf
strong.
too. Like, I'll be honest, if you're trying to invade Olaf level 1, like, I think you're actually just trying to throw the game before it starts.
So back to my point about sherry casks. I have an Irish whiskey aged in sherry casks. I have 2 bourbons aged in sherry casks. I have a blended Scotch whiskey from like a craft distiller.
So it's
that,
kind of funny when you. It's kind of
It's
funny
just
when you
a
age
bunch of
bourbon
sherry casks.
casks.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's good though.
Yeah, because it's like Scotch whiskey's kind of like the odd man out. You know, it's neither bourbon. It's not bourbon. It has nothing to do with any of the casks it's aged in, other than the fact that it has a lot to do with all the casks it's aged in. Because that's it.
Yeah, that's one thing I really like about this Nick, is because it's at 51%, as well as because it's 24 years old. It's had the ability to actually sit in the cask long enough that it actually gets a solid amount of the flavor from the cask into it, and then because of the high proof, it doesn't lose any of that flavor to it being like watered down or anything like that. So it's like you're drinking it and it's like really woody and you really get the dark fruit flavors. It's fucking phenomenal.
Dude, you know, I'll hit you with this one. You know, I was drinking this bourbon the other day that was, you know, aged in bourbon casks. You know.
Yep, because all bourbon is aged in bourbon casks. To be able to be legally called bourbon.
Exactly. Oh man.
But we
So
got
you
some
think it was top
bonks coming out of Chocobo, and you know the autos, and you know it looks like it's gonna go back a little bit in front latch favor, but you know that's what happens. I think Chocobo needs to learn that your champion's really good at little bursty trades, not these super long ones.
I mean, you also don't mess with Aatrox level 1, and he has the Conqueror to the Grasp, so multiple factors going against trying to win those trades down there. And some early action in the bot lane as well. I feel like most of the side lanes as well are trying to take a proactive approach in this early game, so to speak.
Oh, but the tower shot being taken by Frontlash, that's a big oopsie and puts him back into an even setting and actually now a little bit behind.
It's rough.
Oh, that's a bit of a
good trade, dropping the stun. Gonna land the stun.
A little bit too early, and now he's actually looking for the all-in against Luke. He's probably gonna get it, but the
Night Flash comes out. That's the first blood, and Clumsy Chocobo with the kill in the top lane as well.
A little too
Frontlash getting a little bit greedy, and the 3 all-ins from Ornn are pretty tough to beat. He does a ton of damage, and if you don't have the sustain already there, you're gonna lose.
Here we go with that Zenith Blade. Blowing out OP out of the spot lane already.
Sorry.
And the Centipede not having such a hot side to start with. And Frontlash, homie, you can't
Frontlash, what are you doing?
Man.
Oh no, Frontlash, what are you doing? You're taking this entire wave too.
Uh-oh.
Oh, but
Echo comes out.
Bob.
Maybe this.
Oh no, he had the auto. You could have.
Out. That's kind of tough though, because they've been very long autos. But yep, Maie comes in bot lane, and Chapoy gonna get brought down from Mae's gank. Wall of Theatrics answers on the Frontlash in the top side.
This is the same thing we saw in game 1. Phenomenal back and forth trading going across the map, really aggressive play, and that's what we like to see because let me tell you, it's hypey as hell and I love it.
Yeah, both these teams really enjoy duking it out, you know, giving them the old slobber knocker 3000, so to speak.
I would say I think the only significant gold deficit right now is in the top lane. I mean, there's a 500 gold lead there on Ornn, whereas, you know, yeah, Olaf's ahead by, you know, almost 200 gold. There's 200 gold going over to Bear Jr. in the mid lane, but bot lane, not really a lot happening there, so not a lot of advantages to be gained as it's like DP's going in on Lugo, but this fight might get turned around from Maie just kind of showing up, walking in, scare him off.
Yeah, can't really close that one. That one, you know, the Olaf walks in, but also in the top lane, Frontlash has a very nice slow push going on up here, and Chocobo really can't or shouldn't be touching this wave until it starts coming to him.
Chocobo might be able to get off a couple breath, you know, the breath or something.
He could probably get his Qs off, at least on the melees. And... Oh, but he got interrupted on his dash, and that's actually pretty huge because he would have been knocking up Frontlash there with a level advantage and maybe have taken a pretty good trade. But then again, there is a lot of casters in that wave, and it could have probably been
Maie with the classic Dragon Solo with no wave priority whatsoever. But I guess Bachelor Party is just it's not on that one.
It's just called good macro. I don't know what you mean.
And this is also definitely showing that lead in the top lane that exists because Frontlash was a level down even though he was pushing, which means that he's once this wave is down, he's going to be a full level down, and he can look to probably, he could almost die if Chocobo hits 6 here with
Frontlash needs to take this back immediately. Chocobo though doing a great job of pulling that lane out and freezing. That's exactly what you want to see and start asserting your dominance in this top lane.
Well, Chocobo winning that trade there is just going to be devastating for Frontlash. Frontlash has no TP. If he stays up there, he's
a full level down. Maybe even a level and a half down, honestly, once this full wave finishes.
Just
but
too risky.
Chocobo's deciding to let this crash, which I think is honestly a mistake. It's going to slow push back to Frontlash, and unless he's looking to get a full reset off, which he doesn't need to because he has 2 biscuits and he's Ornn, you know, it's a little bit questionable. I think he could have probably maintained that freeze a little bit longer.
Yeah, it looks like Greg and Suboy are setting up a freeze in the bottom lane. Just doing a good job, about a 15 CS lead with the deficit obviously favoring them. Probably about 10 CS in that wave just remaining. So almost a 20 CS difference in the bottom lane.
I don't know why Chocobo's being so scared. He is level 6 here. And
he has no HP. Bear
Well,
Jr.
that was
just kinda
because he was
engaging,
playing
getting
so
the ultimate
scared.
on, taking the Q, but also does not get enough damage onto Bear Jr.
Bear Jr. coming in hot with that kill in the
Yeah.
mid lane. Theatrics making his presence known once again on the map with this Shaco.
Yeah, Theatric showed up though.
Yeah, and
Theatrics
Maya
is
wants
there.
it really bad. Popping the Ragnarok stun comes out. Bear Jr.'s
Just-
clean.
Just using the stun on Bear Jr. to proc the passive to get the extra Q. I mean, that was really smart. Just really showing mastery.
Stories say if you spam all your buttons really fast and in the correct order, you kill people faster.
That is true.
Wow, amazing.
Listen, I'm trying to hype up
High-level
our players, not
analysis.
point out how boosted they are. Okay.
That's why they pay me the big bucks, dude. Come on.
And you know, and for those of you who do not know who is joining us for this one lovely cast of the second game, this is the superstar AD carry.
Superstar AD carry.
Decius.
Oh god.
Christopher Packett, ladies and gentlemen.
You mean the guy who's been feeding like the last 3 matches I've played? Yeah, tell me more, dude.
Superstar AD
Superstar
carry.
my play.
Hey, Double Lift has been feeding too, and guess what?
You know,
He's
that's
still
you know,
superstar AD
you know,
carry.
every superstar has a rough patch. You know, what matters is when you bounce back. Okay, you know, that's all I'm saying. I'm just adding to the mythos. I'm creating a comeback story. Everyone loves a good comeback.
Exactly.
You remember the movie Air Bud, where it's all about the underdog, except it's just an actual dog and it has nothing to do with underdogs at all. What a great movie!
Classic movie.
What a classic movie.
Dude, hot take, if any player in NA was actually good, we'd be exporting instead of importing.
Yeah, that's true.
That is a harsh critique coming out of Fudgy Ditters, the Gold 1 ADC main.
I'm not gold 1, I'm actually silver 2. Thanks, VAH Games.
Whoa, where's that horn going?
He's just showing off, you know, just
Wave clear horn, dude. It's a wave clear horn.
with clear.
Wave clear horn.
See, I would say NA's not great. I think there's definitely potential for NA to export, except for the reason why NA imports more than any other region is because NA pays more than any other region. So if you're an NA player and you're not great, and the only place you can probably get exported to is either like Europe on a mid-grade team, or you know, make the most money comparatively in an NA league, I'll stick with that all day.
Bad
Wow, the
damage
clone.
going down though.
The clone
Gotta
from
find
the
some Maya
Ajax
on
getting
the
the
top
kill.
side. Wait, that's AP Shaco. Oh no. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. Hold on.
AP Shaco, where are you going?
Dude, I don't think... Dude, really low.
I think this is a little bit troll of AP Shaco sticking around. Oh no. That's unlucky. Frontlash just barely not having enough damage to finish off that Shaco, and now looks like he has no flash and is going to be run down by Bear Jr. But Shelly is just angry. Shelly's just not having any of this shit.
Bear Jr. going for the dive on the flash. Interesting call. The ignite. Oh, the ignite. Oh my god.
Oh my god, and that is what we
take it
call
back.
calculated.
That was so good.
That was calculated as hell. Jesus.
Well, you know, Frontlash's flash is down. They got the engagement to go here on big CC. Oh my god. Luga had nothing he could do. Absolutely nothing he could do. But
And I think at this point, honestly, if we're going to take stock of the game, even with the AP Shaco, just the comps from Ornn and Irelia with how ahead both of them are, they're just going to roll through the enemy team.
right, but it was really heads up, I think, of VAH to take that dragon there, kind of forming their own win condition of just like, if we maybe get 4 dragons, and they're good dragons, we can win.
This is true.
I mean, it's not
It looks
bad.
like they got the second best dragon sold to spawn. Infernal.
Yeah, Luga clearly just having really good trouble against... Yeah, really, I know we were dogging that, or at least I was dogging that pick, but, you know, the comfort's
Bear
paying
really
off.
showing some prowess.
Yeah.
to understand the matchup and how it's supposed to be played, and Lugo just getting definitely some jungle pressure happening, and just unfortunately wasn't able to get a couple of those trade kills, and now it's just 2 behind, and Bear can just roll over it at this point.
It'll be a rough time for Luca going forward. Looks like he's going for GLP, actually.
Yeah, I think GLP is definitely something we see out of these burst mages. Orianna, Ahri, lots of these champions that have strong pick potential with skill shots, as well as them just not taking the full on GLP and remaining with some of that burst in their masteries with the so they can do things like that, and, kill people. But looks like Bear showing up here is going to be able to turn this fight and absolutely just roll over both of them. Chocobo!
Solo in the top lane on the front lash.
Dude, where was this BP last game is what I gotta ask.
Absolutely.
They're probably asking themselves that. Like, what did we do this game that was so different?
Especially with the other team. Drawing the blank on a name.
Very average humans.
Right, very average humans. VAH. With them actually running back 2 of their probably strongest picks from the previous game, and Maya is just not having the same presence he had last time.
We found one. Maya once again gonna pop the Ragnarok. That's so much damage coming out onto him already.
But here's the Lulu.
Off. The arcane shift forward. Gorg7 regretting his decision, immediately gonna flash away super quickly.
The prediction!
Yeah!
The prediction!
He's
nuts! Insane!
Maya's nuts, dude!
Where are the question mark things on my masking VAH, dude? Please question mark thing your jungler when they deserve it.
And also, Maya just not having, honestly, could have probably picked up a triple there if he would have, looked at his map and saw that Lulu was right behind him, because he kind of ran backwards when he thought he was losing, but Lulu had his back that entire time.
Dude, and big damage coming in. First shot barrage comes out.
2 levels out of
spectators. Clumsy Chocobo dropping the teleport. So Piandra fall back off. Here comes the Ram, and the Solar Flare's gonna come out.
But Maya
but it's turned on Savoy. Maya gonna get that kill, and Savoy's gonna get vaporized.
Is this the caster's curse? Is this us, flaming Maya for not doing the same shit he did last game, and all of a sudden picking up 2 kills and giving his team some sort of pressure point to be able to come out?
Barrel can put the tower dive, go godlike, the double kill, and the triple kill.
Ooh, but
Get it,
gold.
dash.
But 1,000 gold to Maya. Yeah. That's pretty huge.
That's what stuff you like to see from really. Just dashing around, you can't even follow what's really going on. It's just like, what the hell, all this damage.
That is honestly really huge, but unfortunately, it's not like Maya has much to work with right now.
No.
I mean, all of his lanes are losing extremely hard. Here comes the Atrix, gonna stop the back.
Oh my god.
Flash comes
That
out
was
from
honestly kind of troll. He pulled the box into him, so he was proc on top of him afterwards.
He had no flash because he threw the box next to him. That's actually so troll. Front lash just beaten down on this turret. And I don't know what these lane assignments are. I have no idea. The Orange should be top lane right now, and Ezreal should be rotating towards Drake. I know Orange doesn't have teleport, but Flash doesn't have teleport either, so I don't know what the thought is here. Chocobo, they all found Maya in this bush. And Ragnarok's
already blown, which is a huge fight, but
getting stunned up on the front, gonna get dropped by Lugo and vaporized immediately. Bear Jr. though on the side, cleaning up Rafal, and Lugo is soon to fall. The Atrix autoing him, getting hit by turret shots. Lugo is still somehow alive. There comes the double kill off the land. Bear Jr. once more.
Another huge shutdown for Maya.
Gonna give Maya 750 gold this time. He had blood in his eyes, dude.
And the Olaf hypercarry, if they get a proper fight to go off of,
oh my god, Chocobo's insane. Sits on the bush, finds Maya. there's good news for very average humans at the moment. And, we just killed Theatrics somewhere, but if there is good news for very average humans, it's that they're only down about 5k, and it could be much worse, especially with the proactivity that, Bachelor Party's brought to the table trying to end the game.
Here's the other good news. Here's the other good news. Even with Bear Jr. dying twice, he still has a bounty. So that means when he dies again, there is the chance that he just gives over another 450 gold. Which means in 3 deaths, the man could give Maye over 2k gold.
Also, you know, going back to Maya getting to solo yet another dragon as Olaf with 0 lane priority, they are sitting on 3 drakes to 0 right now at 1750, which means that, yeah, we could get like a 22-minute dragon soul.
It came up huge though. It ended up being infernal.
Oh my god,
but that's a huge
like,
Get out of here.
Maya popping the Ragnarok and gonna try and run down Clumsy Chocobo, but he's soon to fall as well. Double kill comes out for Gerg 7.
What a
And the
run.
mid tower's gonna fall.
Dude, Bear Jr.'s so bad. Like, if they lose this game, it's just straight through.
He literally has 2 items completed, 2.5 items completed, and boots. He can literally just face tank turrets, jump back when there's a wave, and it's just... Look at, he literally took no damage. He took 2 tower shots and 0 damage.
Greg flashing that Mastery 5. That's
yes,
me,
the
dude.
Mastery 5. Well
That's
done,
me,
Greg.
Good job, Greg. I'm so proud of you. That's
And you know, this is kind of where we start getting into the standard stuff for the side of Bachelor Party now. Invade their jungle, get the 1-3-1 going, match the Irelia somewhere, match the Ornn against the Aatrox, and then put the Irelia in the side lane, bowl someone out, utilize that pressure, get a bunch of wards in their jungle. You know, while you're at it, sure.
And look, Shelly is actually going to die this time.
Here comes Maye. Oin Ragnarok comes out. Smite, I do not know who that went over to, but the shutdown comes down from Maye. That's big. Spoy going to be brought down as well. Kill goes over to a fall. Theatric soon to fall as well. Gerg 7 going to go
I
on a
don't think
killing
you want that
spree.
fight, our front left. You are 2 levels down.
On
And
the
people do anti-damage to Bear right now. He could honestly, if he had some more mana, potentially take this fight.
Yeah, and Vanguard's Edge coming up very soon. Bear Jr. wants this 1v4. He can feel it in his bones. It is his time to shine. 230 mana, Vanguard's Edge into the Dream. Here comes the first dash, but where's the stun? He's just going to get polymorphed. He finds 1. What else can he find? Auto-attacking Rafal. Rafal caught on the front. Now that's a double kill for Bear. Gerg 7 going to go wide with that Mystic shot. Nope, he barely going to get out with his life. Bear Jr.
Just way too fed. That's just the story of this game. Bear
Bear
Jr. just has
Jr.'s
way too much gold, way too much items, and is just so far ahead of the clip on XP and everything else against this enemy team that if you ever see him on the map, you need to run. I don't care how many people you have, or if he has 0 mana, because apparently he's going to pick up a double kill anyway.
I think the only reason that VAH had a good fight there was because Bear was like on the side doing nothing, or just like clearing top or something. Like they had a great fight, and they were like, yeah, we can win this, and then Bear shows up and they're like, run away, get out of here.
Because I mean, it started off very well, and but
And the
Bear
Rift
Jr.
Herald
gets rid of
did
these boys.
go to BP, by the way.
Yeah, that's
He's
some pretty
sitting on Shaco right now. So good secure coming out of Theatrics, and you know, good follow-up fight to make sure that it wasn't a lost fight completely.
To be honest, it pains my having heart to see 75 CS on the Shaco at 21 minutes, but
That's
he's really
about right.
prioritizing getting the lanes ahead.
Is anybody else getting the visual bug where you can't see any of Ezreal's abilities?
No, I can't see any of this.
Oh no, Orange comes out and
Oh,
Lulu clearing a ward. Theatrics is gonna shiv him to death. Goodbye, Rafal.
Oh my god, Bear Jr. has 3 items. 21
Hey,
minutes.
dude, with fall, my heart will go on. My heart will
That
go
is
on.
hand moves. He started this Bear and Bear Jr. in the mid lane, clearing that wave.
I don't like this.
Right now. Oh man, Unleashed Power comes out and that's going to be big. Simply going to be brought down already. Bear Jr. looking for the flank on the side though, and that kill means Bachelor Party's going to have to stop this Baron.
Well, not only were they doing it without Bear Jr., but all I got for a pick was the support. I feel like it was just really aggressive, an aggressive move they didn't have to make there. They could have baited again and just like pushed the sideways. Honestly, at this point in the game, Clumsy Chocobo still has TP up. He's not the member you need in the team fights. Just send him bot, press 4 on Shaco somewhere, and like, let's get some towers, get some pressure and try and out-rotate them, I think. I mean, it's just really, that play on the Baron's just not worth it there. Especially when this dragon is up and pretty much fails.
Yeah, it was kind of forced, which wasn't the end of the world, but then when it came down to the actual execution, Shiboy got locked up in the pit.
But
And
here's
I
the
feel
problem.
like it still would have worked despite the force, but like that execution just...
They're starting this objective again without Bear Jr. Now Bear Jr.'s finally here. He's on the other side of the wall.
gonna find the
Going in for the steal and again misses the stun and decides to, you know, hard commit onto the clone and gets himself killed.
Yeah, meanwhile, Bear Jr. blows up their entire back line. Maya gonna be brought down by Theatric. Double kill for Bear
Decides
Jr.
to flash
Flash over.
but, you know, it's
Gonna
getting
get rooted up by that Senna. Luger gonna get dropped by Gurg 7 from the Arcane Shift as well. And OP forced to run away all by his lonesome. Heal from Gurg comes out. They smell blood in the water and they want it. Bear Jr. gonna get rooted up by the Senna here. Savoy is not gonna go under this turret. I was kind of wondering.
strange diving 2 turrets. Up Bear
Oh,
lost
Bear
it.
just-
Oh my god,
That
Bear
was-
does so much
Yeah.
damage.
That's a
my God,
He's
massive.
Bear's
gonna die though. Oh no, he's
Wait.
alive.
He's
He's
dead.
alive.
He's
No,
alive.
he
He's alive.
has,
He's
he has
alive.
the work. He has the life steal.
Yeah,
Insane,
Theatric's
dude.
press
It's
4.
actually
Oh,
insane.
he did.
Actually insane.
Busted.
Busted? No, not at all. It's just called being really fucking bad.
Still being 17 and 3 with 22 farm, most farm in the game. They just funneled Bear this game. We're like, just carry us, please, Daddy.
Lord have mercy. Oh yeah, Daddy, carry me.
Lord doesn't forgive our sins, to be honest.
Yeah, and you want to know how rough it's been right now for the very average humans? Hope is
In
sitting at
context,
95
I don't.
CS right now.
Yeah, Greg. If Greg had CS a little bit better this game, that would be a Flame Horizon.
Yeah, honestly, probably
Greg,
would.
show up
And,
the CS numbers build. 150 at 22 minutes on 24 minutes. Unacceptable.
yeah, we're gonna drop the Trinity Fusion onto Ezreal. Surprised he didn't drop that onto Bear Jr., all things considered, but this also works too. Teleport comes in from Clumsy Chocobo. They're gonna look to try and force this one. Lugo taking it back in the bottom lane. Kinda surprised he's not going for the split there, but then again, they don't have the teleports coming.
I will say it was a Baron called it through game 1 for BP, so if we don't execute this properly, even though they are super ahead, it could be trouble.
Kinda low there. Ramp comes out. I
Where
don't
was
know
that
it's going.
Horn going?
Yeah, but I don't know where Front Lash was going either. Solar Flare comes out, Bear Jr. going straight in front line, then ult comes out. Shaboy brought extremely low in the back line. Gonna get turned on and brought down by OP, but OP stuck in the front line here. Bear Jr. is
Bear Jr.
dominating
shut
that
down.
party.
They can
He
turn
is
this, I mean,
currently
they have the
two.
Front Lash still
Oh
alive.
no. Front Lash
Is it
and
the
Fall
Baron's
still
throw?
alive. Lugo's sitting full health on the side, stuck over this wall. I don't know if he can reach them. Chocobo just tanking up a storm over here. Gurgle can put the poke on the side here, but
Chocobo does not give a...
I'd take the L here from Bachelor Party, just to recall.
yeah.
They focused down Bear Jr. very well.
And guess what? He's now died 4 times. Still has a 200 gold bounty.
Chocobo's just a puzzler sometimes, man. Like, his fundamentals are so solid, but then you wonder, then you just get head scratchers like that more and more, you know?
My guess is
He was
hit his
probably
man out.
trying to zone off the back line, getting into the pit. Like, I think that was maybe the thought process.
Nah, bro, he hit his man out for sure.
But it's a line skill shot that you press E in the direction. Pressing it on the minimap isn't gonna do
Yeah,
anything.
it'll screw you up, man. And then
It's not an Ezreal ultimate.
yeah.
Next thing to look for is this Infernal Drink gonna spawn in 54 seconds, and very average humans have actually gotten a decent amount of warding up in here. Bachelor Party, though, all showing up as 5, gonna get ready to set this one off. They're looking for
Trying to get around Bear Jr. and maybe get some pressure, but the Oranhorn is sound, and that is a big
going
through.
Big
Oh,
damage
and he gets the stun on top of front latch, but interrupted. And looks like Bear Jr. is just gonna run him down actually. The
Bear
front
Jr.
latch is also
the front line.
Bear Jr. just dies.
God.
Yeah.
Bear getting blown up in the back line finally, but the rest of Bachelor Party is here to clean this one up.
But Ezreal doing a good job in the fight because Ezreal has slowly but surely also become 7-0.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a clear in hit, I think.
That's why the Trinity Fusion's on him now.
Could be more.
Yeah.
If they can
Bear
get it.
dies, we still have Ezreal with Orin items, boys. Busted.
Nope, they're taking the 1 and saying that's good enough for us.
I mean, I respect that they're both pretty low.
Bear Jr. officially has no bounty and will only be providing 300 gold on kills until he becomes gets another one.
Does anyone know what the kill record is?
No, I don't. Oh, the TP coming out.
That's really ballsy.
going in.
Ragnarok comes in,
Barely
going for the smite
doesn't get it.
steal.
That was much closer than it looked.
Gonna find the kill on Savoy though. Clumsy Chocobo, the next to fall. Its double kill comes out from Maye. Damn, if they'd actually found that smite, that would have been so
Huge.
clean. Yeah, absolutely.
But the 2 kills means that they're actually going to be looking for Baron pressure. But keep in mind of the 2 people that are still alive, Bear Jr. and with 4 items and the 3-item Ezreal.
Yeah, TP coming in from Lugo here.
But
and
Lulu
I like
is
they're
still
going for
alive
it.
and definitely has the ability to cause some problems. Not anymore.
Yep,
Definitely
because
very
Lulu's
dead.
blown up. A very dead Lulu. Bear Jr. now caught out on the side, and it's a stun
He gets
on
a
two.
big stun. No Qs to follow up on it though.
Last night was knock up. Bear Jr. go back, flash over the wall. Ragnarok comes out from Maye though. He smells blood in the water. Sun's gonna come out. Bear Jr. is gonna slash Maye to death. He's on
Bear
top
Jr.
of
is
Lugo.
just gonna kill everybody apparently until Theatric shows
Theatric's
up.
going on a killing spree with that ship. Bear Jr. on the side trying to find the stun. Opie is now the next to fall. Bear Jr. is on a killing spree, and that's the party
A little
slowly
bit too
turning
clean
this
kiting
one
around the champions. Too good.
Yep, and there's supers on the base. 4 down from very average humans. Looks like Bachelor Party's gonna walk into base and close this one out.
Hansu definitely makes that's a fair point. Him being alive is pretty unacceptable.
22 kills. Alright, boys. Front latch gonna get brought down. It's all formality at this point. Nexus, that's a half. That's a quarter. Hornhorn comes out, flashing into the
Wait, they're
Nexus
trolling.
style points. GG. Well played. Bachelor Party gonna find the 1-1 yet again. Finally breathe some life into the split of theirs.
Alrighty. 38,000 damage coming out of Bear.
Lord have
Outpacing
mercy.
1,000 damage a minute that game.
All
Very
right,
fed.
guys.
Great performance. I'm not even going to make a straw poll. Bear Jr. is clearly the
Yeah, I
MVP.
think that's not even a question.
Alright, yeah, who's the MVP and why is it Bear Jr.?
No. What we ask is, who's the MVP that's not Bear Jr.? We can bring them both into the chat.
Probably
Who's the
Kirk,
unsung
honestly.
hero? Who's the
Who's the
unsung hero? of
unsung
VP?
hero of
Yeah.
that last game?
Yeah.
Greg 7, dude.
Craig 7, you think?
Absolutely.
honestly-
He silently, farmed up 8-0, 0 deaths, carried the fights when Bear went a little bit too deep, and was able to, play it out pretty well.
If that's a 30-minute game and you're under 200 CS on an 80 carry, I don't think he farmed
But-
up, dude.
He didn't farm up because he was constantly grouping and fighting
No,
with
yeah,
Bear.
he was
and
grouping and
giving Bear
fighting and
all the
helping out
farm,
Bear.
So.
Yeah. I'm just memeing Greg. I have to. I think
Lord
honestly,
have
for me-
mercy.
for me, it's Theatrics. I think Theatrics actually like
No,
overperformed.
We're saying who's MVP other than Bear, because obviously Bear is MVP.
Yeah, obviously there's MVP.
We're not even taking a straw poll. We don't need to.
No, I think
You know-
Theatrics overperformed super hard on AP Shaco.
All things considered, I think you could make a strong case for Kaligi on this one.
Yeah, I think Kaligi is a good option.
Clicking MVP for sure.
Even Kalik my Bobway, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. Let's just try. I'm trying to cover up stream, but I want to watch chat.
Lord have mercy. All right. I'm gonna see you guys later.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed.
All right, cool. Hey, good games, everyone. It was great having everyone in chat. Really fun to watch. So, good night.